Hello, and welcome to the first video of the year.
It is
that we are
indeed.
filming. It might not be the first one you've seen of 2017, but it is the first one we are filming here at Andertons TV.
Happy New Year, Pete.
Happy New Year. How have you been?
I've been all right.
Yeah,
I've been
good.
all right. I've been
You
away.
look amazing.
I've been back.
You look
Thank
amazing.
you. So do you.
Oh, I like that.
Oh.
Just like wiping my sweaty hands off. But, or whatever they are, that's on my hands. You don't want to know.
Yeah.
Today, on my hands and on your hands,
Is quite an intense shootout.
this is a bit of a shootout.
Just a bit. In fact, let's just be honest. I think this is probably one of the most anticipated shootouts that we could have done on Andertons TV.
I think so.
So I'm glad to be doing it with you.
Yeah, because it is quite. As you can see behind us here, we have got a positive grid bias head, and we have got a Kemper head.
Yes, we do. Two very serious bits of kit. Two very sophisticated bits of kit.
So I guess we need to kind of just tell you a little bit about the two before we start.
Yes, it's probably worth doing.
It's probably worth doing. So you've probably seen them both before. We've done loads of videos on them, editing and profiling. We haven't actually done a how to profile video yet on the Kemper, but maybe we should do that.
I think that would be good.
We did a couple of videos on the bias head, which you can go back and have a look at. So what we're going to do today is just these are both powered heads. So we're just going to we've got four different tones, which are similar, and we're going to play with some different guitars and let you hear basically the difference in them.
So I guess both of these are kind of the same sort of thing, although they have their own unique differences.
Yeah.
So obviously your positive grid bias head is a modelling amplifier, and the Kemper is a profiling amplifier. So the difference there is that a profiler takes a digital snapshot of the sound it's sort of storing.
Yes.
Whereas the positive grid, you model the sound, don't you, from different components digitally.
Yeah, exactly. And that leads you quickly on to this next bit where the positive grid has got an app to do all your modelling.
It's incredibly, the functionality is very good.
It's very, very, but there's other videos on that we've done it before. You can go back and have a look at that. It'll be in the description below, probably. And the Kemper is, you profile your rig, so to say, and you literally just put a microphone in front of it, and we might do a video on that one day. We really should.
I mean, it has a desktop rig manager. It's not an editor, whereas Positive Grid has its own editor in its entirety. You edit everything. Yeah,
where the Kemper comes with this dedicated foot switch remote, where you can go into your perform mode and with the rig manager, you can manage your rigs. So you can drag and drop stuff in.
Fancy that, Pete.
This is my favorite one, and I saved that. Yeah, it's fancy. Yeah. It's very fancy.
Yeah.
Both are using a 600 watt Class D power amplifier, and I believe it's the same one. Probably Bang & Olufsen. That's what I heard.
Really?
Yeah, I heard they make these ICE.
You know, they make amazing in-car stereo systems as well.
I know. I've seen them, and the little things come up in the audio, little speakers like on each side. And he said, I would like that in my car. Yes, but that's £6,000 extra. And I go,
speakers.
That's not for me, thank you very much.
Not happening.
No, my car still got a cassette player.
It does.
And I've got one tape, and it's Eric Clapton live from 1981.
What a great tape to have.
But it's a great tape.
For the only tape you have.
Yeah, and that's the only tape. And then you can reverse it by clicking two switches. But anyway, this is much more new school.
It is.
New school.
It's probably worth saying that the Positive Grid Bias head has no digital effects built in, and the Kemper does.
Yeah. So what we have got in the we got a reverb Boss RV6 in the effects loop. They both got effects loops. They both got MIDI. They both got DI out directly to a
stereo DI.
Stereo DI, where you can send that directly with a cap simulator out to a front of house or a monitor man or whatever. And at same time you can run a cabinet out without the cap sim on. So that's really cool. Or you can run an FSR cab.
Yeah.
On the stage, which is a blah blah blah. There's they're very, very similar. Price wise at the moment, 1,200 quid.
Yeah.
1,700 quid.
Yeah, but if you get it, well, obviously the foot controller, the remote's separate. It's about €500, but you can, like you were saying, you buy the pack with the head and the remote.
£2,000. So you buy the whole. So it's kind of, do you want to have something where all the effects are built in, or do you want to have buy your own delay effects and your own sort of reverb? Maybe that's what you want.
Yeah, I think it really depends. Is the difference in price worth it for the extra features that you get with the Kemper?
Yeah.
You decide. We're going to shoot them out by just giving you the tones.
Tones. Let's do some tones.
Let's do it.
So it's worth mentioning with the remote, which is down here. You grab it. So that's the remote for the Kemper.
It's heavy.
It's pretty heavy, but you know, you get all your stuff on here. You get your tuner. You even get a looper. You get expression pedals out. You can have 4 expression pedals. You know, say you want to run volume, wah, maybe some delay. Because now with the new update for the Kemper, you can do all the swells and everything. You can literally control everything on the Kemper there. You can go into the stump box mode or the perform mode, and you have just 4 stump boxes up here. So and it's really.
You can even adjust the brightness with this little knob.
In brightness. Yeah. Positive Grid doesn't have a dedicated foot switch. They are working on one, as far as I know. We know, and otherwise you can use any MIDI foot switch on that one.
The cool thing with these are once you've built your rig in your rig manager and you go perform, much like it uses an Ethernet style cable to go between the foot switch and the profiler head. Yeah, and it sort of controls the entire thing. So for live use, it's very handy. So it'd be good for Positive Grid to bring out something like that. Yeah,
but again, it's extra money. You know, if you want to spend that extra money, that's where you are. Also, quick mentioning that both of them have got tone clouds. Yes, where you can go and download free tones from famous people that have made them.
Loads of people.
And it's very easy on the Positive Grid app, because you literally just go click, 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 click. And it's also easy on the, because it is on the Kemper, it's drag and drop into your rig manager, and then from there you drag it into your thing, but it has to be USB connected to your phone, to your laptop.
The other thing that's worth saying is that by now these products have been out quite a while, but you know there are so many famous artists associated with both products that when you do use something like the Tone Cloud, you're not going to struggle to find great tones that people have created. You know, because you know, like for people that aren't experienced in terms of building amps or like the understanding how it all works, something like the Positive Grid, you know, like trying to design your own amp from the ground up would be quite difficult if you didn't know what you were doing. Yeah. Whereas you can trust now that there are experts out there all over the Tone Cloud, you can get great tone.
Because that's one of the things that might be a bit, it's easy with the Positive Grid, but it might be a bit confusing that you have to kind of know the ins and out a little bit of an amp and how to bias it and the tubes and what they do and the preamp tubes and the transformer and you know, all that stuff, where if you've got a rig with a Kemper, you literally just put a microphone in front of it and you click a button and it goes makes these weird noises.
I suppose interestingly, this is more dependent on your personal knowledge of how to build an amp, or you get one online, but this one's more dependent on the profile that was created on the way in.
Yeah. So you still got on the front bass, middle, treble presence, which you also have over there. All of this stuff up here is all your effect stuff, master volume, noise gate there, master volume. They're very, very similar. They even look a little bit similar.
They do, yeah.
You know what I mean? So you it is anyway. Let's start with some tones. So we've decided to start with some clean amps, and we've got in. So what you can do is you can either switch on the Positive Grid. You can switch over here. One is clean, glassy, blues, crunchy. We've gone through all that before, so you can go back and have a look at the other videos. We're running a 65 American.
Pete,
it's not. I'm not farting. We're running a 65 Deluxe American Deluxe in there, and in here we are running a TAF. So that must be the
tasty as.
That's whoever has made that. It's whoever made that. So whoever has come up with that, that's a good one. So we'll start with what we plugged in first. We're plugged in here. And would you be so kind? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stand up, because we're going to have to swap. We haven't got one cap, Marshall. I'm going to have to swap out the
speaker lead.
So while he plays.
Just before we start, green backloaded Marshall 412 so that you know what speakers you're hearing.
Yes.
And then clean tonage.
On your Friedman?
On my Friedman guitar. I've never played one before, but I like this one.
It's very nice.
Very nice.
Very, very nice.
I like that.
So that's just that profile. We've not done anything. Everything is on 12 o'clock here.
Indeed.
So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to swap the speaker lead into the positive grid.
The PG.
The PG, right in the PG. Right. And you have to put the pedal, we've got a switcher down there.
Yep.
Sounds like this. Cool, let's go back to the other one. Just so I'm just gonna go now and we switch, you play a little bit, switch between them. Back to the Kemper.
Okay.
Turn the reverb down a little bit.
Yep.
A little bit up on the other one, just so we get a match with the reverb. Okay, go back on the positive grid. So what I did there, I just edited it. I just put a little bit more reverb and a little bit more bottom end on the positive grip. Back to the Kemper.
All right.
And back to the positive grid.
Very close, actually.
Yeah, very close. And again, you have to remember that one it's been profiled with an amp.
Yep.
And the other one has been
digitally modelled.
Yeah, digitally modelled. You can use the amp matching thing, but it's on the desktop. But we're not going into that. That's a completely different video. So that was a clean tone. Let's try with a Stradivarius.
Right. So you will do that, and I will switch.
Yes. Right. So back into here. I've got the Strat, and then see what that sounds like. So here we go, neck pickup, and we are into the
positive grid right now.
Okay, here we go. A bit more reverb, please, sir.
In the old PG. There we go. Okay.
Nice.
Kempare.
Kempare.
There you go.
There we go. Okay, you know, that's really it, isn't it? So what I want to do now quickly is just to try to see what it does with pedals.
Yeah.
I've got a Crystal King on the floor here. I know they are still being made somewhere, and there is a slight rumour that we might be able to get them soon. So that's very exciting. So clean tone like this. Kemper with the Crystal King. Anyway, that sounds good with the pedal. A lot of people go, does the Kemper sound good with an overdrive pedal? I think it does.
I think it does.
There's nothing wrong with that. Let's try the positive grid.
Alrighty.
Right, clean tone. Crystal King.
Oh,
So there you go.
sounds good.
I feel like it is a little bit brighter to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a little bit brighter, but that just might be up to the settings. You might want to take a little bit of the top off or whatever. So there we go. So actually, clean tone sounded nice, and both of them. Which one do you prefer? I don't know. It's very similar. Sounded good with an overdrive pedal.
It was hard to tell actually which one I preferred.
Exactly.
But I must say, I think from my ear, there's more low end in the Kemper.
A little bit more
that's
low end.
because it's been profiling another.
It's an amp, and that's the way they might be the way they profile it.
Yeah.
I do agree, but you might be able to dial that in there. You can go into your app here.
Endless tweaking possibilities.
Endless tweaking. We haven't done anything with this. Both of these are
out of the box
tones. But you can go in here to your Kemper and you can change preamps, you can change tone stacks, you can change all sorts of stuff that might make it sound different. So anyway, shall we move on to a different amp, shall we?
Let's do it.
So instead of going on here, I could choose on here, but I'm just going to choose it on here. And the next one we're going to do is a JCM Lead 800. You can hear it already. Here we are. So, woo!
Yeah, that's definitely.
It's a bit foggy, but you can then take some presence off. If you keep playing a bit, I'll just start to dial in here. So that's the JTM 45 tone, where we just had a little tweakies. So we go back to the Kemper.
And this is
an S-Mel amp lead, and we believe that it's an 800. We might be wrong, but it sounds like it.
All right.
Let's see.
There we go. That's pretty good.
It's pretty good. I thought there was a little bit of delay on there, which I'm just going to turn off.
There was a touch.
Yeah, go again. Nice.
It feels nice.
Yeah. So that's another thing we need to talk about as well, is feelings.
Feelings indeed.
Let's go back to the positive grid.
Okay. It sounds louder.
It sounds, the positive grid is a bit louder.
Yeah.
Well, let's turn it down then.
All right. That sounds good.
Kemper.
Kemper again. Whoops.
Well, I think they sound good. Let's see what they. Oh, do the pedal just in front of it.
All right.
Mod honey, a little bit of a boost kind of thing.
We have.
That's interesting to see what it does with a driven amp. Kemper still.
This is Kemper. Mud honey. Yeah, it's a lot of.
Okay, and positive grid. Definitely different in those two sounds, but you know that's to be expected anyway, because they might not be exactly the same amp. So let's just try with some. Let's try with some P90s here.
Cool. I like this guitar.
Yeah, it's a cool looking guitar, isn't it? And it's a good sounding guitar as well, actually. So, positive grid first, here we go. That's nice.
That had a really nice sound.
Nice tone to it. Kemper. Okay.
To be fair,
back to the other one. That's not bad either.
Positive grid.
Positive grid. See, now I think it's a little bit too bottom end for these pickups, perhaps.
Yeah.
A little bit more treble. Crystal King. Okay, Crystal King in the Kemper.
That's great. There we go.
Yeah. No Crystal King.
Oh, what a sound!
That's a good sound. That's a very good sound. That's
I like
a very
that.
good sound. Okay, so there we are. So that was like a JCM 800 lead kind of tone with the pedals, with P90s, and with humbuckers.
I love the P90s.
That was pretty good, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. Well, let's move on because we've got another thing to go to. We should do like a bluesy thing.
Yeah.
Should we do that? Okay. Here we go. So, Plexi. Sorry, JCM 45. Plexi type amps.
Yeah.
TM45 TJ Mars and a 63 British Jade TM45.
And we're currently in the old PG, aren't we?
PG, in the PG. Let's have it. Nice.
Right. The old Kemper.
Kemper. Back to the positive grid.
Okay.
Right, Kemper.
I actually think, yeah, now we'll try the Mud Honey.
Mud Honey.
Okay, without, with. Oh, that's great. I can play that for ages.
Okay, and positive grid with without the Mud Honey.
Okay, without. With.
Also good.
Very good.
Also good.
Very good. They sound different. They sound like a similar tone, like similar style amp, but they're very different sounding to play and feel, you know.
Yeah, but so the feel is a thing that I think what you have to come in and plug them both in side by side and then see which one you feel is more.
I wonder if you can tell watching us play which one to us feels better, because we only know in here because we're not talking about what we prefer.
Yeah.
This is about what you prefer. But I'm just curious. You should comment in the comment section below and say, I think Rabea found it easy to play with the Kemper with that sound, and Pete found it, because that's interesting.
Yeah, it is, because that a sound, when you have a good sound, you play better.
Yeah,
it's very
you do.
It's very simple. So let's just try this.
Alrighty. I'm going to go and switch amps for you.
The purple
Nurple machine.
Purple machine. And what were we in first?
We're currently in the positive grid.
Okay. So that's the here. Ooh. That's nice.
It's great. Right.
Nothing wrong with that.
Kemper.
Kempage. Much more bright, isn't it? Chris is going.
Oh, that's great. Right. Positive grid.
Oh, positive grid now?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. I couldn't even tell the differences then.
Let's try the Kemper again.
Yeah, please. I'm just going to stay on the Grizzle King.
Yep.
I think it might be a little bit. That might be a little bit louder. So I'm just going to turn the master volume up a tiny bit.
Very nice.
It's, you know what, they're both really nice. I like them both, and there's nothing wrong with either of them. One is a little bit more, that was a little bit more bottom end in that one I felt, and the other one was a little bit more sort of MIDI.
Interestingly enough, when they're out of the box tones, as in when you just plug them in straight from a brand new package and then you just load the sounds on that comes with them.
Yeah,
it's actually really interesting how we found the right amps to pair them up. They're very similar, but
they are similar. And I must say, we have not touched any of the buttons here apart from the gain. We take the gain down a little bit, but we haven't done the treble and mid where we had to do that a little bit on here.
Yeah,
but that might just be what it is. Whoever's made those.
Well, that's it. I think it backs up what we were saying earlier about whoever's designed the patches on the positive grid and then whoever's profiled on the Kemper. Like it really is down to those elements that determine how good it's going to sound. I think the gear can handle whatever you throw at it,
Absolutely, I think so. And I'm a big fan of Michael Britt's profile, because he does some really amazing profiles, and this comes with a few out of the box as well, and he does a really, really good job, but he's got really expensive gear. So you've got really old amps and really cool microphones and desks and all this stuff, which of course makes that profiling process better.
Yeah.
And more real, if that's a
Well, I think because he's a producer and he's got the gear that he would use on really top selling records in the US. He's just then profiled.
Yeah.
So that's why you get those tones. But anyway,
that's a good place to get your profiles if you have to pay for those.
Yeah,
so,
you do.
Anyway,
we're on to high gain.
This is the thing that everybody's been waiting for. High gain.
Yes.
Right. So
does it Jean?
Does it Jean? Let's see what it does. Okay, so.
Well, does this Friedman Jean as well?
Hey, that's the thing. Does it?
That's what I call it now. As of 2017, it's now called Jean.
Jean. So we've got a Boogie Mark IIc Plus on here, and then I'm going to just go and scroll to the old. Okay, so I had to scroll through here. It took a little while. Where on the on the app there, you literally just click it and there you are, easier to find. But I personally, I take all of the profiles out I don't use.
Yeah.
So it's just easier to flick through it and then
sift out all the fluff.
Exactly. Anyway, we're in the camper now.
Okay.
2C Mark 2C Plus. Here we go.
Okay. Okay.
Cool. Right.
Positive grid.
Positive grid. Back to the camper. Absolutely nothing wrong with that.
They're very, very, very similar.
Nothing wrong
That's
with that either.
louder, but
See,
other than that, it sounds the same.
Because I've turned all the gates off all the way, the noise gates, but so that's down.
Oh, so you don't get that.
And that's off. Exactly.
That's what the noise gate does when you slide your fingers on the string and it's up really loud. It just goes. Yeah.
Okay, well let's try and see what it does to this. Where are we?
Right, we're in the positive grid.
Okay, so we're in the positive grid. Is that how you're playing, kind of thing? Okay.
Right, on to the Kemper.
Kemper.
There you go.
Can't do it. I can't do
it's
it.
good.
But anyway, so that's just we don't need any more of me doing that.
We don't need any boost pedal in there either, do we? We don't need to put any distortion in there.
I've got a little booster down here. Let's see what that does.
If anything, it just gives it more mid-range.
Yeah, it's just boost pedal. It's Anyway,
interestingly, they were the closest sounding patches between the two.
Absolutely.
To my ear.
Without doing anything to them.
Yeah, without doing a single thing. What I noticed was the Kemper had more extreme low and high.
Yeah.
And the positive grid was somewhere just in the middle of those two.
Yeah. But again, it's tweaking, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very
because
much
at the end of the day, what it is with these two things is the power, the Class D power amp inside them are the same. So it is what magic is done on top of that, isn't it? How that works and how they've done that.
I mean, you could say, let's say, for example, because again, the price difference isn't massive. If you're really into the circuitry and the technical wizardry of an amplifier, then the positive grid is for you. If you're into miking up a cab, getting the real tone from the amplifier, then the Kemper's for you.
Yeah,
that's the way I look at it, at least.
Yeah, the thing is with the Kemper for me is that you can profile your rig. So instead of having you know, 2 amps with you and overdrive pedals and all that stuff. You literally just go, this is my sound here.
Yep.
I'm going to do that, and that's my sound in that box now.
Well, that's it. You could
Within
travel.
ears.
You could travel with your guitar, the foot control if you need it for live, and a memory stick.
Yeah.
As long as the venue has a Kemper, or you could borrow one from someone.
Yeah, you can get. You can do the same thing with that, really. If you travel with your
iPad.
If you got your thing, iPad, or it's the same thing, really. So
it is. It's apples and oranges, Pete.
It is, and it's what you prefer.
Swings and roundabouts
out there.
Broad as long.
Anyway, you need to come and try them out.
Chicken and pigeons.
Chicken and pigeons. Again, like we've done before in some of the other videos, I think what we're going to do is we're going to cut a little bit at the end, 2 clean tones, quickly succession, and 2 driving tone and so on, and that will be coming at you when we have said goodbye.
Yes.
And hopefully you like this video.
Yeah, I hope you. I hope it's
interesting.
been informative and it's been good enough for you to be able to just make up your own mind.
Yeah.
If you're stood there with a load of cash in your wallet and you're going, I don't know which one to get. Hopefully this will help you.
Yeah, I've got $2,000, or I only have,
Yeah.
Then.
Yeah. I've only got $2,000.
I only got $2,000.
Yeah.
Anyway, so and that was the positive grid bias head and the Kemper powered head. And my name was Pete.
My name was Rabea.
And we will see you next time here on Andertons TV, and Happy New Year.
Peace out.
Much more bright, isn't it?